Welcome back to the channel, it's 9, and today we have a ton to talk about. We got some new discussions of a new AAA PlayStation IP, plus what this could mean for a PlayStation showcase, when that could be, and we're also going to be talking about Forspoken, as hands-on previews have finally gone out, and this game is looking just really good. Just a quick note before we get into this video that we will no longer be doing PlayStation Weekly, as I put a poll out and you guys want the daily news when it happens, and so I will provide that as you guys have asked. If you could do me one more thing, and that's like, subscribe, share the video, helps the channel a ton. Now let's talk about this new AAA PlayStation IP that is going to be revealed in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So this actually comes from @TheRealInsider. Originally, I had heard about this from the famous The Snitch. Everybody knows about The Snitch by now. And so they had heard from The Real Insider. This was the person that he called very reliable. So they said over on Twitter, just got a word of a AAA PlayStation new IP being revealed in the next 2 to 3 weeks. You know what that means. More details to come. And yes, I'm the one who sent insider_WTF the DM. If you don't know, that's The Snitch. So what does this all mean? First of all, next 2 to 3 weeks, what does that mean in terms of like time frame? And it's the 12th today, so two weeks from now. So the 26th, probably anywhere between the 26th to October 3rd. So that's what it sounds like is the case. Whether this person actually is correct or not is a totally different story. We don't know for sure if that's the case. So that's something that's up in the air. But in terms of a new AAA PlayStation IP, this isn't out of the ordinary. This wouldn't be super far-fetched. Like, we're talking about a PlayStation showcase that we're expecting to happen this month, if not next month. It's surely going to show something that's new in terms of IP, with PlayStation having so many new IP in production. So this, again, this is not something that would be like mind-blowing, like, oh my god, I can't believe they released or showed a new AAA IP that we've never seen before. Like, this is something we expect. Guys, PlayStation has a lot to show for next year. We have no clue what's happening next year outside of a few titles. We have so much left to be revealed from PlayStation that surely there's going to be a bunch of new IPs, not just one. I imagine we're going to get a few new IPs that are going to be revealed at this PlayStation showcase. At least that's what I hope. And this could apply to PSVR, could apply to a PS5 game. I know they're doing kind of a games where they actually going to have a VR component, and you are also going to be able to play the game regularly as well. So that is something that they're looking at too. So I do think that a new PlayStation IP is definitely in the books here. I don't think this is outrageous. Whether the Real Insider is correct or not, I feel like these are all very legitimate things. And when the Snitch is backing you, I think that that means something. That has a lot of value as well. So I feel like there's a lot here that is looking promising. So I think this kind of further solidifies the chances of a PlayStation showcase. Is that this month? I hope so. But it's seeming like it's going to be end of this month, maybe last week of this month. And then if not then, maybe first week of October. I've been saying, at least last week we were talking about on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, consider going over there, following me there. We have a lot of talks there. I was talking about how I believe that it seemed as though the PlayStation showcase would either be a late September or early October showcase, based on my speculation. No facts, no secret insiders, just me kind of observing what's happening in the industry. And I feel like that is more and more looking like the case. So if not, again, probably end of September or early October, and this is further evidence of that being the case. So very exciting times, a lot of hope around this, right? I think this is a promising sign. I feel like there's a lot of reasons for us to be excited when we see something like this. So keep your hopes up, but not too high. You don't want to, have your expectations through the roof and be disappointed, but this is looking really good so far. Now, next we are talking about Forspoken, right? This is one of those big titles that got pushed out, and I mean, it's not confirmed, but for the most part, we know that it was pushed out because of God of War Ragnarok. You look at games like God of War Ragnarok that have that hype, have that power behind that IP, and people just super excited about it. If you're Forspoken, a brand new IP, you don't want to drop beside God of War. You just don't. You don't want to, especially it's a PS5 exclusive, right? So that's definitely another reason why you don't want to drop beside God of War. So this needs a chance to breathe and needs a chance to have a chance at impressing people. And I think it releasing next year is the ideal thing for them to do. And today they have released a ton of new info, showing off so much new footage. A lot of people have hands-on previews for us too. So there's so much footage out there that you guys can go and check out. Personally, we're going to cover, some of the new stuff that they've shown. And one of the biggest things they've shown is how spell casting is so amazing and dynamic, and the way it changes the gameplay, specifically with speeds. They say that tutorials introduces phrase magically imbued mobility, combat options, and crucially, how the two are interlinked. A few slow-moving humanoids to test these abilities allow for relaxed experimentation. By demo's end, a tense battle against a ferocious and fast alligator type being tests everything learned up to that point. Juggling attacks and supporting magics and knowing when and how to cast them. Precise use of parkour to accent those spells and dodge out of harm's way. So lots of interesting ways of approaching combat, right? Maybe in a different way that we've never seen before, which is starting to look that way. It's starting to look very, very promising with its gameplay. I was worried, but now I'm starting to feel a little more confident. Like, wow, maybe they do know what they're doing. Maybe they do have a gem on their hands. Next, we're talking about the juggling spells. And they say each magic set is divided into 2 strands, multiple support, and a trio of attack types. L2 triggers the former, R2 the latter. Each spell has a different cooldown period and a specific way to cast it, be it tap, hold, or charge. Holding a trigger may let you aim a spell's area of impact before release, charge another spell's strength, or fire a continual cascade of selected magic. Each cast has a unique feel thanks to the PS5 DualSense controller haptic feedback. And that's just another great thing about the DualSense and how developers are taking advantage of that. And it looks like this is just going to be a spell casting dependent type of gameplay. Like, we're going to have a lot of different spells to work with. So it's looking good, looking very, very promising in that regard as well. Now, it's even more interesting when we talk about the world, because it's so important when you make an RPG, right? The world's got to be diverse. It's got to have a lot to explore. It's got to have substance. You cannot just make a RPG and have no substance. Otherwise, you're just going to have a game like Final Fantasy 15. Unfortunately, one of my favorite games out there, but yeah, we got to be honest. There was a lot of empty, vast space that just wasn't utilized. It was just enemies there and fetch quests and nothing really of substance. So I'm hoping with this game that won't be the case, and it looks like that just might not be. Now, these previews look great. Honestly, overall, I'm pretty happy about it, but I need to play this game for myself before I can really say if it's a great game or not, right? I mean, looking at footage, I'm impressed, and it's definitely got me intrigued, and I'll definitely be buying this game, and I'll definitely be reviewing it, but, based on the previews, I can't make much more of it than that. But I can say that I'm impressed and I'm happy with what I've seen so far, and it looks more promising than it ever has in the past. So overall, very excited for this. But if you really want to see more of this, I would definitely consider checking out some of the previews, the hands-on previews that many of the different journalist sites have done. I'm sure a lot of you who are interested in this have already seen that, but I wanted to touch up on it and talk about it a little bit as well. But that is all I have for you guys in today's video. Please let me know, what did you think of this new rumor or leak, whatever you want to call it, about a new Sony AAA IP. Do you think this is going to signify maybe we get a showcase, more than likely end of September, early October? Let me know in the comments, and let me know what you think of this new Forspoken footage. Has it kind of given you more confidence in the project? Will you be playing this? And if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, stay notified about all my upcoming videos. You can hit the like button, share the video with a friend. You can follow me on Twitter. Links will be in the description, and I will talk to you guys all on the next one. Take care.